scene a few moments ago. Here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Atlanta Falcons. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. Fairly short kick taken at the 14 here. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 30-yard line.
Ready.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch one.
Single.
Fire.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
At the 29-yard line.
Ready.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Strong right. Everyone go.
What? Squeeze. Hey, Alpha.
Hey, turn it up.
Get it.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Another shot here from the 2 as they come up on 3rd and goal. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
At the 3-yard line.
Line of scrimmage back at their own 3 now as they come up 2nd and long.
Hey, Charlie.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it... It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
24. Hey, Haywood.
On play action, they'll throw. Oh, and it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off at his own 10. And it'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Yeah, partner, they went a little conservative, didn't they? And they ended up marking it short. And now I wonder, will they even do it again on 3rd down?
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. He can run for it, and he will. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. From a yard out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses, because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Taylor. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Hey, Zoo.
Back to throw here. It's caught. Jones. 14 yards there on a Falcon 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there.
And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football, as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Hey, Orbit. 24 is the mic. It's our time. Hey, Sam off. Shoot.
They'll look to throw. Jones has it. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
They'll set up a throw. He completes it to Jones. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 36.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Flush to his right. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fake.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here.
Go! Ready.
2nd and 13. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Max Crosby in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Go! Hey, seam 6.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Well, the pressure gets to him again. Maurice Hurst. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he rifles one incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Jacobs now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Raider 1st down, 17 yards.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Carr now on 1st down. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lamb. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. From 10 yards out. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board.
5.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And the Raiders have got him. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Check 9. Hey, high 7. 58, boys, 58. Now.
Looking to throw. And he's going to go down again. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Watch the run. 58 to Mike, 58 to Mike.
They'll set up to throw. Got a man open. It's Ross. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. first down is Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Express. 45 the mic. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you. Express. 45. Mike, 45. I'm coming.
Now Carr. Got a man on the right sideline. It's Lamb. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
He's crashing. He's right.
Try to run for it with Jacobs. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Hey, lock it. Me and you.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you've got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. It got his man complete. 20, 10, for touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Falcons cut into that lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Jacobs from the gun. Well, he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Carr going to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for the Raiders, 41 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Bullock good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double up. Fight.
On 1st down, Taylor. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 20-yard line.
24 is the mic. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got
Topper! Topper!
24 is the mic.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Flushed it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Bravo!
Alert 3, alert 3.
Squeeze!
No. Off. Kill.
They're going to look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. And the tight end, Luke Stocker, was the target. And it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Tight dog.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Raiders' 47-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Kill. Showing up.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Look at me. Go.
Here we go, dude.
Now.
They'll look to throw here. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 14.
58's the money. 58's the money. Hey, here I come.
Deep grip.
They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 10. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit. And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A 3rd down gain of 19.
1st down, Raiders.
Jim. Check out hot read. Sponge. No. Get down.
They'll run on 1st down. Jacobs. And he's taken down inside the 30. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider 1st. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple, although I set you up by saying game balls, plural. But
I like where we're going with this, though. You say one to represent, like the best player of all of that. And I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for